and thanks for listening in today. My name is Kerry. I work on BKE's new client team. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to try and learn something new about how potentially we can help you grow or even manage your business. I understand more than anyone that time is money. So I'm sure either taking time out of your day from maybe it's running your operation, or maybe you're at home working with your kiddos on their school. So my goal though in the next 15-20 minutes is that we can get you at least one tip or trick to take away, just now that we are living in what we call as a virtual world. So 2020 has thrown some unexpected changes to the way we not only run the front end of our business, but also the back end as well. We're all having to adapt to a virtual world, and I am here to talk about how bookkeeping has actually already been making moves in the virtual space, but actually will continue to evolve now that we live in this coronavirus world. But in terms of the agenda specifically, I'll talk about who exactly is Bookkeeping Express, obviously how bookkeeping has evolved, just some bookkeeping options out there in the virtual space, and overall, what is our offering and solution. But as I mentioned initially, my name is Kerry. I have actually been with Bookkeeping Express for close to 7 years. In my role specifically as a new client consultant, I've spoken with thousands of small businesses and franchise owners about how they manage their back office, including their bookkeeping. So my goal is to try and help them solution ways we can maybe help save them time, or maybe it's possibly change some of the systems they're using and potentially automate some of the tasks they've got going on for their back office, like in their bookkeeping. A little fun fact about me is I graduated from Virginia Tech. I was a walk-on the women's basketball team. So I'll tell you, I am so thankful that we have sports back on TV to watch. I really love what I do in helping people grow their business, and that's actually why, in terms of the value, I have stuck with Bookkeeping Express for so long. BK has actually been around before I was born, back in the 1980s, actually. We were originally a franchise concept. But back then, what we would do is with the franchising model, we would provide local bookkeepers all the tools and resources that they would need to support small businesses in their locale. And now it's just due to technology, right? There was no such thing back then of having a virtual solution for bookkeeping. But I'll tell you, about 10 years ago or so, we made a total pivot and had a facelift to the way we do bookkeeping for our clients and the way we run our business. We actually are no longer franchising within Bookkeeping Express. With our new model, we actually have several offices across the US where we support our thousands of small business owners and franchise clients with their bookkeeping virtually. We support clients in the US, but also as well into Canada. So we've been contactless for years, guys. So we've been doing this for a long time and we've got it figured out. And with our large footprint though, we've actually built some pretty great partnerships. Right now, we are a QuickBooks Online top 20 firm. We are partners with Xero accounting software. They are a big competitor to QuickBooks Online. We also have partners in other avenues of back office, payroll being one of them. Our biggest partner for payroll right now is Gusto. And we also do partner with many different franchises out there. So in jumping to my next slide, I am just going to go ahead and flex my muscles at you guys. This here is basically just showing some of the big name of franchise concepts we're currently working with. We'll be a resource for these franchisees. So these folks can lean on us. We'll get their books set up for them and then maintain them for their business so they can focus on what makes them money, which is sales and operations and client delivery. But in these times, obviously, you know, I'll tell you, many franchises have been really lucky to have the support of their corporate team to especially help guide them through just these unexpected times. So it's been good that we've been part of that. But I'll tell you, luckily, we will work with any small business owner, an independent business that needs bookkeeping help. So luckily, if you guys need help when it comes to your bookkeeping, we obviously have resources in place to help you guys navigate through these unexpected times, whether that's looking for lending or funding or getting your books caught up, right, with end of year creeping up. But here you'll just see some testimonials of what our clients have had to say about us from a customer service standpoint, helping them save them on time, and even just cutting cost overall with managing their bookkeeping. So let's get into it. How has bookkeeping really evolved? Bookkeeping has been around for years, so I'm definitely not going to turn this into an accounting class. I don't want you to fall asleep. But just like the old clunky cell phone we used to have that's transitioned to the smartphone, folks have made the move from using Excel to adapting to newer technologies out there, like when QuickBooks Desktop was released in the late 90s. At that time, this was a huge move in the technology space. With QuickBooks Desktop, you would actually download this software to your device where you could actually manage your books from wherever the file was hosted. So that could be potentially like at your actual storefront. Or maybe you downloaded the software to your home computer. So that's where you could only support and do your bookkeeping. Now, the problem with that is what happens if your computer crashes? Like, what if you live on the Gulf and obviously there's a hurricane season? And what if your office where your desktop file is hosted gets flooded and your computer is wiped out? You've lost all that data for your business. And yeah, you can make backups, which is what they would recommend at that time. But I mean, who has time to remember to make a backup copy of your file? So I'll tell you, Intuit caught on to that, and that's when they actually released their online version of the desktop tool. So it's cloud-based. QuickBooks Online, it can be accessed wherever you have internet. So you can pull up your books pretty much in real time. So folks, you could be working in the field, right? Sending an invoice to one of your customers right there from QuickBooks, and you can get paid right then and there. Or maybe you're working from home like I am today. You need to pull up your books quickly because you need to grab a quick report because you're going to be meeting with your lender this afternoon. You can even download the app on your phone so you have access anytime to your books instantly. And obviously with the release of QuickBooks Online in 2004, other technologies companies, there's going to be competitors that pop up. Xero is one of the biggest competitors to QuickBooks Online in the US. Xero has a huge footprint out there internationally as well. But yes, we have found that, you know, softwares like QuickBooks and Xero, these tools exist, but it's a rinse and repeat task to maintain these tools. So small businesses, you know, you may know how to do your bookkeeping, but is it really the best use of your time? As I mentioned initially, I get it. Time is money. We're at 7 minutes in this presentation, so I'm trying to move quickly here. And it's maybe doing your bookkeeping the best use of your time. But this is exactly why Bookkeeping Express exists. So while us managing our books for our clients came really easy to us, we needed to find a way, what would be the most efficient way to communicate with our clients. We know our folks are busy. So that's actually when in 2015, we built our own communication portal. So BKE Insight is our platform that we have developed where our clients have instant access to our bookkeeping team and we have instant access to them. So we'll actually communicate with our clients throughout the month about their books using our portal. Our clients can log in at any time to pull up their business financials. We'll also provide our clients through Insight just additional analytics about their company, if we're catching any monthly trends in their business performance. The goal of our Insight portal was not only to bridge the gap of going virtual for communication, but also to give our clients that peace of mind that they have the ability to make quick decisions during these crucial times right there working with their bookkeeper through Insight. So, you know, obviously when moving technologies to the cloud, there are some key benefits overall that you can just take advantage of, whether you're doing your own bookkeeping or working with a firm like Bookkeeping Express. Overall, it's just how quickly can you react? You know, in the past few months with COVID, the government and other lenders, they're quickly releasing just new and different types of funding that you can take advantage of. And many folks just need to be able to grab a copy of their financials to get approved for these lending opportunities. And just as a sidebar, guys, like I'll tell you on our website, bookkeepingexpress.com, we have a comprehensive list of public and private loans, grants, just overall financial support options out there aimed at small business that you guys can check out if you're kind of navigating through this time on your own. It's just bookkeepingexpress.com/coronavirus. Feel free to go check that out. But back to virtual bookkeeping, obviously going to the cloud, there's just in terms of being secure. By moving to the cloud, all your data is going to be encrypted. Everything's going to be password protected. There's going to be multi-step authentication to access the books. There's going to be firewall protected servers, more steps to be taken than actually having your Excel file or your desktop file living on your device. But you're going to have the control to allow other folks to have access to your books so you can actually quickly share information with them. So in terms of being accessible and efficient. So, you know, we live in a time where you want to quickly be able to get your data over to maybe it's year end for your accountant to be able to get ready for tax time. But maybe you have a financial coach you meet with quarterly. You know, you want to maybe set them up with access to be able to pull up your books to work with you ahead of time from a coaching standpoint. You know, maybe you have someone who knocks on your door one day and is like, hey, I would totally be interested in buying your business. what is the health of your business? Let's look at your balance sheet. Do you have the ability to quickly pull up your books in real time to say, yeah, let's talk about a sale here? And that's your end game. And just overall being proactive by going virtual and moving your business books to the cloud. Are you thinking, how can I be one step ahead in terms of my competitors? Do you feel like you're driving your business in the dark though, but with no headlights? You know, I played college basketball, so I would watch film after every single one of our games to look back and make adjustments before we played the next opponent. Are you looking back at your books as quickly as you can to see how did you spend your money? Where are there opportunities to make adjustments? Are you doing okay on that front? Some folks come to us and they say, yeah, I've got money in my bank account. I think I'm doing okay. But do you feel like you're being proactive in running your business like that? Or could you be more proactive in running your business by your books? Now, obviously, with the virtual world, there's tons of options out there that you guys can lean on. You can do it yourself, right? Or maybe there's a local bookkeeper you can lean on. Maybe you're a CPA out there. They've got a bookkeeping team you can delegate this to. But just something to think about, guys. Like, if you are doing it yourself, are you a professional bookkeeper? You know, I'll tell you the truth, when my check engine light comes on in my car, I can lift up the hood, I can tell you where a few things are in there, but I'm not going to be the right person to fix this. I'm absolutely going to call a professional. But maybe you have a local bookkeeper that's a friend of yours that you've worked with for years, but you know, I know you got a good rapport with them, but potentially do they have other clients that they could be favoring? Or potentially if they're local, maybe they're not your friend, would you even feel comfortable like running into them at a grocery store or Target? Do they really understand your business too overall? Do they specialize in their industry? Have they worked with other businesses similar to yours? And just overall, what are checks and balances that they have in place if they take a vacation, right? Who's going to step in and take care of your books for you? Yeah, and a lot of tax accounting firms out there offer bookkeeping on the side, but I'd be questioning if your accountant is actually the one doing your books. You know, from what we've heard in the industry, typically they delegate that to another team or department. They just jump in to look at your books come tax time and they need to meet with you or even file your return. I'd even question too, is your accountant there working your books? Is their intention to help you grow your business, right? From a management standpoint? Or is their intention more so to look at making sure your books are gonna be in order so they can do what they need to do from a tax standpoint, right? Where are they looking at this to help you? And honestly, I would even question, how do they charge? Typically accountants, they're going to charge a pretty high dollar amount to do an hourly task. We joke, if you have an accountant doing your bookkeeping, it's kind of like having your vet walk your dog. Not sure if it's worth that cost. But overall, I mean, there's tons of other virtual options out there like Bookkeeping Express. I mean, I'll tell you, we are focused in the cloud-based world. We are a scalable solution. We are built our price point to be affordable for business owners out there, almost like a subscription model. And we work in specific industries. So we work with so many different types of businesses that we've actually hyper-focused certain bookkeepers to only work certain types of businesses. And the goal overall for us is that with our portal insight, you can talk with our bookkeeping team in real time by having access to our portal. Now, how it works at BKE. Now, if we were to work with you in terms of service, we would get you set up with either QuickBooks Online or Xero. We will make sure that it is connected to all the systems that make your business run, like your bank accounts, your credit card accounts, your payroll system, your point of sale or invoicing module. The goal is that if we can get all the information pulled into QuickBooks, our bookkeeper can jump in there to manage it for you. Once it's in there, we're going to sort through all the transactions. So we'll code all your expenses, the bills you've been paying, we'll be tracking deposits coming in. The goal would be that if we can keep tabs on your file throughout the month, at month end, we'll actually reconcile. So we have a bookkeeper that works your books throughout the month. But when it comes to documents, we actually have a team that'll go pull the documents for our bookkeeper. So the goal would be you don't have to send us a thing. We'll go grab all the necessary bank statements, loan documentation to hand over to our bookkeeper. So once they've coded, they can boom, jump in and reconcile. We'll go line by line off your statements to make sure, okay, it's QuickBooks or Xero telling the right story here of what happened for your business this month. That's when they've basically closed out your file. Our senior accountant can review what the bookkeeper has done. They will double check the bookkeeper's work. And then from there, we'll also do some additional steps and maybe comparing your monthly trends. So we'll go back and see, okay, based on last month and this month, has anything changed in terms of business activity? The senior accountant will actually leave comments for our clients and insight, just to put that on the forefront when our clients are reviewing their financial statements. So each month, our clients, in terms of standard delivery, they're going to get their monthly income statement, their balance sheet, as well as a transaction list. And so overall, that's sort of the rinse and repeat delivery of what our clients are going to be getting from us, but overall support too. Our senior accountants, they do like to schedule monthly calls with our customers so we can actually review the reports with them, make sure they understand, okay, we've delivered this lovely chocolate cake to you in terms of a financial statement, but what were all the ingredients that got us to this point? We will go back and help walk you through how we got here and just to help you navigate through any questions you may have as well. Now, in terms of communication, obviously we have our portal. Bookkeeping Express, we have found that in terms of, yes, bookkeeping is a task that people push to the back burner, but when something comes up and they need access to their books and they need answers quickly, they need to hear from someone fast. So we built Insight to help bridge that gap. So within Insight, it's where we communicate with our clients. It's, again, where our clients can access our financial statement. It's also where we can actually, I can just jump right in and show you folks. In terms of Insight, let me jump in. Here's where our bookkeeper will drop questions for our clients throughout the month. So here our bookkeeper said, hey, we seem to be missing your depreciation schedule. If you've received that yet from your accountant, go ahead and upload that for us. Clients can even ask the bookkeeper questions. Right now in our demo account, the client doesn't have any questions for our bookkeeper, but this could be, hey, I'm going to be meeting with my accountant in 2 weeks. Can I please get the latest copy of my P&L? Right? This is how you can message our bookkeeper back and forth. In terms of logins, so as I mentioned, we have a documents team that will go pull the necessary statements for our bookkeeper. Our clients will set us up with our own access to be able to pull those statements ourselves. So they'll set us up with our own username and password. We use LastPass in terms of our clients, so all the passwords are encrypted. And then from there, obviously, our team needs to also, if there's any report or a loan document that we don't have access to, that maybe you guys still get like snail mail for, like potentially an old loan, this is where clients can even upload documents for us as well, so we can reconcile monthly if we can't grab it ourselves. And then one other bonus item here is we will actually help you track any 1099 vendors you could be working with. So any payments you're making to contractors, we'll track them for you throughout the year. And then our clients, what we do at end of year, we'll send them the list of, hey, here it looks to be all the contractors you worked with in 2020. Were these the right people, the right amount you paid them, which it all should be because we've been doing your books throughout the year. Once you approve that list for us, we'll actually send out those 1099 forms for you. And then finally, here is where you can see the client's books are ready. So here is where they can grab their balance sheet, their income statement, and that transaction list. And as I mentioned, the senior accountant can leave comment for our clients on their monthly performance. This is where they can grab that data as well. So Insight, again, built it for us to be able to communicate with our clients in real time and for our clients to basically have our bookkeeper in their back pocket. Now, in terms of what our clients receive from us every month, they're going to get our P&L, their balance sheet, that the transaction detail list. As I mentioned, we'll do benchmark reporting to compare their performance month over month. Overall, our clients are going to get from us monthly review calls. Obviously, if they need additional support when meeting with their accountant come tax time, we're happy to adjust and jump on meetings like those as well. And then, as I mentioned, the 1099 filings. That's all included, assuming the books are current. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds awesome. I absolutely want to help with getting my books done. How do we get started? Next, we'd obviously want to set up a discovery call. So we understand every business is unique. I will meet with you next to talk about and learn how are you doing your bookkeeping today? What are some of your pain points? What are some changes you might be looking to make in the next couple of months and initiatives you have for 2020? How do we get you there? Let's talk about if Bookkeeping Express can even be a fit for that. Assuming we are, then we would then have a second conversation. We call it a solutions call. I'll pull in one of my coordinators. We'll actually do a review of your current set of books to see exactly, all right, if we're going to pick up where you left off, what is that game plan going to look like? That's where we'll verify potentially your bookkeeping plan and then offer any suggestions or changes for process as well to get your stamp of approval. Assuming you guys sign off on our plan and saying, yep, we're good to move forward, that's when we'll get you paired, onboard your account with our team. That's when we need to get set up with access again to the systems that make your business run so we can pair you with a bookkeeper. our goal is that the discovery call, the solution call, and then bookkeeper assignment, we can have that done in a matter of a week.